That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff. But
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
That's a good question.
Brandon,
Yeah,
you want one quick question?
we can't ask Rashad questions.
Hey, Rashad.
What's up, y'all? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I will be on here for like a cap of an hour because I have small group tonight. So I got to go see the fellas, talk to the fellas. I missed service yesterday because I was doing Saints work. Anyways, covering the NFL. We'll do it. I'm just going to be reacting to some stuff today. Some things that people have been talking about and all of that stuff. You might not care about it if you are a subscriber, because I talk mostly about like sports on here and hip hop. Or if you're a new person, you might care because this is like trending and stuff. So yeah, this is called "I Married a Monster." This lady's name is Isis. Apparently, she's like known as the trophy wife on social media. So she like branded herself as a trophy wife and talked about marrying an older man with some money so she could be cool and all that stuff, and be settled for life because she doesn't care about looks, she cares about money. And if you married a rich old man, then all your problems will be solved. Apparently not, because in this video she's crying. I think she said something about him taking advantage of their daughter or her daughter as well in this. And what else? This is the first time I've ever heard of this lady. This entire drama is kind of like, it reminds me of I forgot the dude's name, but the Christian couple where they had the meme of like he's holding her hand in her lap and they eventually broke up and stuff like that. And then she started wearing normal clothes and everybody's like, oh, she's pretty when she wears normal clothes. It reminds me of that situation. I feel like there's a cycle with social media of like what trends, and this is just like the latest. This is kind of like the Who Did I Marry series on the lady on TikTok who has like an entire movie series on it and stuff now. There was something else I wanted to say about this. Oh, yeah. This is actually kind of commendable. I want to say that off top. This is kind of commendable because it's like, I feel like suffering, pain, grief, trauma, pain, like all that stuff, all of the above is a part of life, right? And it's like a lot of us do it for free. So I'm saying that right now because I came in before the video into an ad, and I'm sure I'm going to come across like 3 more ads in this video. I'm like, why not get paid for suffering? Why not get paid for crying? Why not get paid for grief? I mean, if people are going to exploit my pain and my trauma and all of these things in my life as a public figure or whatever the case, as an artist or creative, why not make money off of it? A lot of times when I'm sad, I'm so sad, I don't even want to post. I don't want to show my face on the camera because I don't have it in me. But salute to the people who can be sad and cry, wipe off a tear and turn on the camera and put it on the internet for millions of people to see. Because those are the ones getting paid. All right, here we go. Anyways.
Hi, trophies.
All right, I'm sorry. I'm gonna be mature. All right.
Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you hear any noise in the background, that's the new baby.
Not the new baby.
A lot has happened since the last time that I recorded. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was in my 2nd trimester, and yeah, I think I did post an update in the community section when the baby was born. And I said that I would be back soon. And that was a few months ago now. I thought that when I came back on here that it would be to maybe do like some kind of newborn favorites or meet my new baby or something like that. But unfortunately, it's been a little over a month since I had to end up leaving my husband.
Just built different. I'm just built different. I'm just built different.
Okay, so as we see here, she did say that it's been a month. My original thought was she like it just happened now, and she jumped in front of the camera and did it. A month. I feel a little more sincerity here, but
I honestly don't even really know where to start with this, just because it's just such a hard topic. And I honestly thought that by the time I got on here that I wouldn't have any tears left because I've just cried so much. It's like I built this channel and this whole brand around being this man's wife and trying to teach other women how to attract good men and provider men and all these different things. And I truly held my husband or saw him as the bar for what every woman should, type of man that or type of husband that every woman should aspire to have. And I didn't realize that the person I married was actually going to be my biggest nightmare. So basically, when I first met my husband, as I've already talked about in another video, I think it was my single mom video, I explained, a little bit about how we met. And I really thought that that man was my Prince Charming. So when I first met my husband, I thought that he was my Prince Charming. I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, and
meal ticket. Don't forget to say meal ticket.
he portrayed himself to be this amazing, upright, righteous Christian man. And I believed him. I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And I just started to see a few things that I didn't like. But I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past. It's like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things. I don't even know where to start. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and
This is a real B&H birthday story.
All right.
We've been known for our customer service since 1973.
We haven't even gotten into the. We're halfway through the video, and she still hasn't even said anything. I think off top, what I would say, I think the big story here is you know, don't marry somebody that you don't want. I feel like, you know, marriage is a very complicated thing. It might seem simple, but it is kind of a complicated thing because it is a business deal and it is something that has to make sense on so many levels beyond just can you live with the person? Can you exist with this person and not be so annoyed that you're out, that you check out? But it's also like, finances. If this person has so and so debt, do you love them to the point where it's like, oh, I'll inherit that debt? Like there's so much that goes into marriage and things of that sort. Like if I marry this person and we have children and I'm the breadwinner of the family and we split up and they end up getting custody, I'm gonna end up having to pay how much more money for the rest of my life, or at least until all the kids are 18. There's so much that goes into it. Still, at the end of the day, I think at the base kind of level, the bare minimum should always be, do I like this person? Because if you like somebody and they let you down, like it's oh, okay, yeah, that's terrible and everything like that. Oh, it's life, it's heartbreak. At least you gave it a try. When you don't like somebody and then they like break your heart and hurt you, then it's like I didn't even want you, and now you feel, what I'm saying, now you feel stupid. So I don't know. I feel like the prime lesson here is don't marry someone you don't like.
I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And
Yeah. Yeah. What up, Sahi? I ain't at basketball yet. Bro. I'm gonna I'm gonna get to it later. You can watch the replay. It's probably gonna be about 20 minutes before I get to basketball. But that's hilarious. All right, baby.
immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was Daddy.
I will say no one deserves that type of just being betrayed, backstabbed, all of the words. Nobody deserves that. Like this is unfair. This is really sad at the end of the day. I don't even know if I want to give another side of that because I feel like if I do give another side, then it just sounds like I'm throwing out everything I just said. So I guess I'll leave it at. Yeah, I do want to say this. I do want to say one thing. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do think it's interesting. You married an older gentleman who married you a very very much younger woman for the sole purpose of this man had money. And now, when an older man that already showed you he was kind of off and even dating and marrying you, if I'm 70 and I marry a 30-year-old, bro, you don't think nothing's off with that? You don't think nothing's wrong with that? If I'm 60 and I'm marrying a 30-year-old, nobody sees anything wrong with that. That's why when people say these things and they're like, "Oh, they're two consenting adults. This is going on. This is I think you should kind of look at that like, I mean, I'm in my late 20s right now, and I already, if a woman is like, uh, you know what I'm saying, you feel me, Sahid? if a woman's in her like early 20s or like late teens and it's like she 18 though, bro, like I'm still like, they're talking about homework right now, bro. I haven't had homework in years. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know. I always kind of look at people that deal with that large of an age gap. I kind of look at you sideways, regardless if y'all two consenting adults or not, because that's weird to me, bro. It's not the same age group. Anyways, let's get back to the video. Thought he speaking back.
I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, "Don't tell him that you told me." And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house, because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie, and that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever. As soon as my husband got home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my two older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was gonna go Halloween shopping with my sister, because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, "Oh, I'm going to the grocery store," that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things, like things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together. So when I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams, like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were able to evaluate my daughters. It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters, who are only 2 and 4 years old.
Burnout. We all experience it at some point.
Shout out to
It's so important to
BetterHelp
me that
on
I've actually been
BetterHelp is mad expensive. If I ever get the offer for a BetterHelp thing, you guys see me like BetterHelp, code Rashad, this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Take the money and everything like that, but they mad expensive. Insurance, BetterHelp. But yeah. What did I want to say? What I want to say. I also think it's important to be yourself. This is a woman who is built, from what it sounds like, she's built a platform on telling women how to attract their dream man, to attract a providing man, all of these things and stuff like that. And I feel like that's a huge kind of just thing in this kind of past decade of content creation, of like self-improvement on the men's side. Like the red pill was huge a few years ago, and I feel like a lot of people in the last 2-3 years have kind of made fun of that and kind of woken up to that it was a lot of kind of just bull junk things of that, whatever and stuff. I believe in self-improvement, right? So if you tell me, Rashad, like, maybe shape up your struggle beard, keep a decent haircut at most times. And, maybe I like these colors on you. When you wear these colors, you look nice. And I like these shoes on you. And, present yourself better and use these colognes and stuff like that. That's good. That's all fine. That's fine. But when it comes to don't text a woman within the first 30 minutes when she texts you. After the first date, don't text her back. Like all of that, and you start kind of maneuvering and manipulating and presenting yourself to be someone who you're not, just to get more women or just to get more men in this case of what she seems like she's presenting as the trophy wife, and how to, act more feminine. If you're a tomboy, you're a tomboy. It is what it is. Like it might take you longer, feels like, to find the man that fits you best. But at least you're being yourself. If you're not being yourself, then you attract people that aren't even authentic because you weren't being authentic yourself. You weren't presenting an authentic image at first. That's just my take. He decided it's all on her. It's chickens coming home to roast, to roost. Excuse me, to roost. Yeah, yeah. All right, bet. We got 4 more minutes in this thing, and then we
It still feels like a dream. Like when when this first happened, I just kept waking up every day and just hoping that this was a dream. Because it's literally my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare. I myself am a product of RAPE. That's how I came to be.
That I do want to say this to that. I'm so sorry for her experiences. I'm sorry for all the trauma and things that she's had to battle to even come up to build the brand that she's built of Trophy Wife and things of that sort. I do want to apologize on that. You don't know people's story and people's background. I do feel like that's just reasonable and kind of being what they call it, I guess, responsible or whatever, just to say that.
And was also, abused as a child by a neighbor's husband. And I specifically prayed to God that my children would never, ever, ever have to go through this. And I'm just not quite sure how this happened, why this happened. I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky. Because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk.
Yeah.
Like, I don't like them sitting on people's laps.
Yeah.
None of that. And he knows how much I cannot stand men like him. And to think like I couldn't even.
Bema is coming up next. We got a minute left in this video. After that, I'm headed to the entire Bema thing, and we'll be reacting to that. If I got clips and everything like that pulled up already.
Go to sleep in my own house and know that my children are safe. Just by me going to sleep, my children were left unprotected. So I don't know what the future of this channel is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to change the name or what. Yeah.
First of all, Keys, you gotta chill. Saheed, y'all gotta chill just a little bit. I gotta chill just a little bit. I feel bad for her. I ain't even gonna lie to you. I feel bad for her just because, like she said, she experienced that as a kid coming up, and now she's got to kind of go through all that trauma again with her kids now, and she's blaming herself. Obviously, it's pretty obvious she's blaming herself here. So I do feel bad for her. I think, like I said, the lesson is for everybody else watching this, because this thing has like 1 million views in a day. Yeah, this has 800,000 views in like 2 days. So he said no mercy. Everybody's seen this. I think the lesson that everybody should kind of learn from this is to be yourself and present the authentic, true version of yourself out in the dating market when you're meeting people or whatever, or looking for people to marry or looking for people to build families with. Because if you present an image that isn't authentic to who you are, then you're going to attract what? Inauthentic energies. And I think that's what she saw right here. She thought a dude was nice and everything like that. He had money, right? She married him. They have kids, and it turned out the dude is a sleazeball. I wonder why the dude was so inauthentic and not genuine. Maybe because you weren't. And I ain't no victim shaming. I ain't no victim blaming. I'm just saying, for going forward with everybody else, to be yourself and present the true thing and stuff like that. So he has something to say. She promotes nonsense content that has created toxic atmosphere, mentality, in this awful new era of dating. I haven't seen any of the content, but based off of just what her name was, Trophy Wife, and the content that she was putting out, that I heard she was putting out, and the fact that I heard that she was saying like marry a man, she married a man for money or whatever and stuff like that. They kind of mask it as saying I married a provider, but they really just saying like I married this dude for money. That's not it, bro. That's not it. It just ain't it. Keys, what Keys say. Girls got to think before they mess around and try to have kids. Facts. Girls and guys, bro. Girls and guys. I think both of them don't be like, you know what I'm saying? First of all, it takes two to tangle, right? And second is just like, people just don't be thinking, bro. Like, thinking with the wrong head. And it's so much to go into it. Obviously, you heard her background of kind of being damaged and everything like that. Or, I don't know. You have to be careful with words. Words matter. Of being taken advantage of as a child and everything like that. So, she's dealing with that and everything. And then she's kind of growing up and that's still there. I still don't know if she's fully dealt with that. And now it's being re-triggered again. So I think, like, what do you do when your mind's not all the way there? And our mind is, I don't know if it ever is all the way there because, we're human. We make mistakes, bro. It is, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I think it's just a difficult thing. Key said, facts. People be all happy in the beginning, but forget they got to go see how bad and dark the facts. That's why it's important to be your true authentic self, I feel like, from the very beginning, because if you're telling the truth and you are who you say you are from the jump, ain't nobody gonna flip on you. People gonna be who they are 100 across the board. So yeah. All right, let's get to this Bima stuff, bro. Y'all been asking for, or at least Keys has. Let's get into it. Okay.
That's for losers, man. I don't get involved in that stuff, but
Angel Rashad Milligan rolling out.
Brandon, we can't ask Rashad a question.
Hey, Rashad.